I had to go catch that kid doing something wrong. But when we started to make this shift and we started to change things, I was intentional about what I was doing. I would put it on my calendar. Hey, on Tuesday, I'm gonna go spend 10 minutes playing basketball with Thomas. Thomas loved that. I loved it. It was an opportunity to be connected with kids. Little did I know, other kids were starting to see that. And later in that third year that I was there, we had some seniors approach us and say, hey, we heard there used to be a staff versus seniors basketball game here. We'd love to bring that back. Can we do that? Well, of course. Let's do that. Let's have that happen. I had 2 Division I basketball players on our staff. They couldn't wait. One guy, all he wanted to do was dunk on our kids. Whatever. The seniors were going to get routed. There was no question about that. But yes, let's do it. That'll be fun. The way it was set up, the senior basketball players that were on the team, they coached, so they didn't play in the game. It was just the other seniors. I mean, it's going to be ugly, this game. I'm smart enough, and I was just old enough to know, don't play in the staff versus seniors basketball game. I sat at the scorer's table. I was the announcer, and I sat right next to the person who ran the clock and put in the score. The kids were telling me early in that day, the day of the game, a couple of them pulled me aside and said, hey, Pep, is there any way we can have Thomas play on our team? Yeah, go talk to Thomas. I'm sure he'll want to play. Folks, Thomas couldn't be more excited. He gets to put his Tigers basketball jersey on, and he's going to be on the bench, and didn't expect that they would put Thomas in the game, but he's going to be a part of the team. That's all he cared about. He wanted to be a part of the team. Well, the day of the game comes, and the game's happening, and folks, it's lopsided. But I'm sitting next to the person controlling the score. So with about 1 second left in the game, the score is tied. And the ball gets tipped out of bounds down where the seniors have it under their basket. And the seniors called timeout. And one of those seniors, a kid named Jordan, came over and he's like, Pep, we're going to put Thomas in the game. Okay. I turned to the scorekeeper and I said, don't start the clock. I've been playing basketball with Thomas for a couple years at this point. He's not making that shot. They're going to put Thomas in the game and they're going to let Thomas take the shot. Ball comes in bounds. They get the ball to Thomas and he takes a shot. Nothing but air. The guy who couldn't wait to dunk on the kids is the one who rebounds it, and he turns and he hands it to Thomas. And Thomas took another shot. And it hit the rim. And then one more shot. From my right, from the bench where the seniors players were, I see a big kid jump up off the bench, one of our seniors. We called him Big Antonio. And Big Antonio heads out on the floor. Big Antonio had a unique story himself. He was a 5th-year senior, a student who moved to our community as an 8th grader speaking no English. A 6'11" Hispanic young man who did not play basketball. He was a goalie in soccer. Big Antonio dropped out. But at a point, myself and several others would go see him at work and say, Big Antonio, man, you gotta come back, you gotta come back. And he did. Big Antonio was gonna graduate as a 5th-year senior. Does it matter that he graduated in 5 years? No, who cares? But he graduated. And here comes Big Antonio right off the bench. And he picks Thomas up. And I turned to the scorekeeper and said, start the clock. Right at the horn, the ball goes through the rim. And the place went nuts. I've got goosebumps telling the story. It was 10 years ago. I turned to the person who was my most instrumental person in helping us turn the culture in our school. I'll never forget. Her name is Debbie. I said, Debbie, we just turned the corner. She's bawling her eyes out. I'm bawling my eyes out. Hell, everybody's bawling their eyes out. But that was the moment we knew we turned a corner with our culture.